In this video, I'm gonna show you how to scream like waking the cadaver. If any steps in this video trip you up, don't worry, there's a million ways to do this and everyone's voice is different. Just give it a shot, make it to the end, and if you need more help, I'll link to other videos with different methods. All right, so part one of learning to scream like waking the cadaver is to learn how to do inhale screams. And when you do this, you can get tones that are impossible to do with exhales. Part one, standard inhale distortion. So to create a basic inhale scream, you first want to find the tone called inhale fry. And one way to do this is to act like you're gasping for air while you're squeezing your throat at a medium level of intensity. So you want to make sure it doesn't hurt or sound too whispery. If done correctly, you'll create a steady resonant flow of distortion that sounds smooth and sandpapery. So, this sounds like sandpaper. You don't want it to sound like this. You want more grit than that, a sandpapery sound. And in order to get it bigger, you want to actually flex your stomach tighter and then think about inhaling more forcefully in order to make it more big. So before to after. Okay, I want to take a moment and address some concerns. So you might be thinking, David, I heard inhales can be dangerous. So in an earlier stage of my journey, one of my past vocal coaches warned me strictly against inhale vocals. They told me if I were to do them, I was at risk of collapsing a lung, and that terrified me. But as the years went by and I started teaching more and more people how to scream, and keep in mind, I've taught over 2,000 people full-time since 2019. I've noticed that the students who had been doing inhales never actually had that issue. I also found that more and more established vocalists were doing inhales for their entire careers with no damage. Check out Misericordium, check out The Browning, and of course, check out Waking the Cadaver. And Don himself has commented that he does inhales. So not only is it okay to do inhales, there's some sounds you can only get using inhales. Okay, so how do we get it to sound disgusting? So in order to do this, you want to add tongue shaping to your inhale scream. So Don uses specific tongue positions to sculpt his inhale into toilet bowl sounds, pig squeal sounds, and those super low, disgusting gutturals. So how do you shape your inhale scream like how Don does? Well, start with your inhale scream and then curl your tongue and touch it to the roof of your mouth while saying "rrr." If you do that right, you'll be able to get some really low, brutal gutturals. But here's where it gets even more fun. If you keep your tongue curled and you start moving it around the roof of your mouth while inhaling, you'll get these toilet bowl sounds that he does. For me, I take the tip of my tongue and I actually get it more here. And then if you use that with the oo vowel. And if you want to get pig squeals, curl your tongue, pull it to the back of your throat, expose your teeth and say re. Re, re, re. And that sound will give you those high-pitched pig squeals. Re, 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 re. So as a recap, to scream like Waking the Cadaver, first use inhale distortion, then flex your stomach really hard and inhale harder to make it louder. Then shape the tone with your tongue. You can either curl it back and then say with your mouth to get it low. Or you could point it forward with the oo vowel for toilet bowls. Or you could put it on the roof of your mouth and say re for a pig squeal. So if you want to crush it at covering Waking the Cadaver songs and pull off inhale screams that will turn heads, this will get you there. But if you're running into problems of being too quiet, feeling pain, dryness, or if you simply want to unlock more screams, I left a free training in the description that teaches all different types of screams and gives you different methods for nailing them. A, B, C. All right, peace.